Houston with 7 on the shot clock against Wesley Person. Allan Houston, the little fake jumper. It's good. Nice move from Allan Houston. Knight all over Charlie Ward. Hounding defense from Brevin Knight. Mills double team. Nick swinging. Houston with a quick three. That's good. Allan Houston from downtown. And the Knicks back up by 10. Houston against Person. Single coverage, the two-pointer. That's good. And the Knicks have their largest lead of the game. A 12-point advantage. Houston with all 7 Knick points here in this third quarter. And Mike Fratello calls timeout. Just over 2 minutes gone by in the third. A 12-point Knick advantage. Team leading 15 points and team leading 7 rebounds.
And now here's a look at the New York Marriott Marquee Sky Cam. The red-hot Allan Houston lighting things up for the Knicks as the ball moves so well. Larry Johnson to Houston. Follows up his last shot with a bomb from the outside. So hot. The New York Marriott Marquee, Broadway's biggest hit.
He also has a team leading 4 assists. So Houston leading in points, rebounding, and dishing tonight.
Particularly the Cleveland boards. They're not allowing the Cavs taller people to get offensive rebounds.
Only 5 offensive rebounds for Cleveland thus far. 4 on the shot clock. Houston, another pull-up. Allan Houston red hot. He's got all 9 points here in this third quarter. Johnson steps back. That's a 3. Dudley had it, lost it, gets it again. Allan Houston underneath. Hammered. That's good. And a foul. Allan Houston putting on a show here in the third quarter as the Knicks go back up by 14. Houston has all 11 New York points in the period.
Well, Dudley pursuing that loose basketball, gets it to Allan Houston. See how he protects the basketball with his body between himself and Ilgauskas. He knows the big guy's there, and he's big enough to take the blow and still make the shot. And
his 8th rebound. Houston makes his move. Allan Houston drives in.
Now you wonder how Ilgauskas could allow that to happen. At 7-3, he just stood there and watched. And Mike Fratello looking right in his face, perhaps discussing that.
A 20-second timeout. Fratello, you can tell, just furious with the lack of defense. As Allan Houston now 14 of his 22 here in the third quarter.
Watch him go baseline now and strong for the basket. Ilgauskas with his Statue of Liberty defense there, just puts his hands up in the air. How about blocking the shot?
Down at 9.
That was a hasty shot.
Houston, that's a 3. That's good. Allan Houston blowing out the Cavs all by himself here in the third, and the Knicks lead by 20. Timeout, Cavaliers. Houston with 19 points here in the quarter. It's 68-48 Knicks. He's got 17 points in just over 5 minutes. There's still 6:53 remaining in the period.
Remarkable shooting performance by Allan Houston. Inside against the big people, he's doing it. That turned out to be a 3-point play. Just going around the big guys as well and bombing it from the outside. What a performance. His season high.
Starks, quick shot from Starks. Larry Johnson, the offensive rebound. Houston wide open. That's good. Allan Houston pouring it on with 20 points here in the third quarter. Kept way off. Houston gets his 8th rebound. That's a season high in that department. And Houston is held as he goes to the basket. Cavs over the limit, so Allan Houston will go to the line for 2. With 37.1 remaining, Scott Brooks picks up his first foul.
Mike Fratello, just a shot of him continuing to compete. You notice, Mike, he's not as energetic and active in his coaching style with this team this year because he's had to revamp this whole roster and the whole approach of this team because they're young, and with Kemp now and some of the big guys they have, they can have a whole different philosophy of how to play the game, which is the running game that they want to do.
I think when you have that many younger players. And what a quarter it was for Allan Houston. 22 points, in the third period alone. He's got 30 for the game. That's his season high. Houston also with a season high 8 rebounds. 3 quarters complete. The Knicks lead the Cavs by 12.
Getting it done again without Patrick Ewing. 13-10 without the big man. But the big story tonight, of course, Allan Houston, 34 points, his career high as a New York Knickerbocker. 22 of those points coming in the third quarter. Houston was lighting it up. I was sitting there with Michael Kay, just wondering if he'd get to the 40-point mark tonight. If he had, it would have been an overall career high. He had 38 in one game as a Detroit Piston. More importantly, Allan Houston now, 9 straight games as a New York Knick. He has topped the 20-point mark. So he and Larry Johnson doing yeoman work, filling in for the injured Patrick Ewing in the scoring column. He is our Marriott player of the game. New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit. 34 points, as we said, 22 in the third quarter. And Allan Houston with a solid job. Let's go upstairs to Bob Page. He's standing by at the MSG Sports Desk. 291 win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. The man standing in my left, a big part of it, Allan Houston, with a big night tonight. Career high 34 points as a New York Knick. 22 points coming in the third quarter. A marvelous effort, as we said, by our star of the game, Allan Houston. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It feels good to come out and continue our win streak. And we've been up and down, but to come out and play 2 consecutive good games in a row feels pretty good.
Unbeaten since the All-Star break, now 13-10 without Patrick. Is it safe to say, and you almost hate to say it, you guys are making the adjustment, getting used to it now?
Well, we're getting tired of everybody telling us we can't play without Patrick. Now we're going to welcome him back, but in the meantime, we really have to hold down the fort and really make some way for a good playoff position and playoff spot. And right now, I think we're trying to, we're in a position where we feel like we have our backs against the wall and we want to come out fighting.
22 points tonight in the third quarter. Safe to say you were feeling it in that proverbial zone?
I think, I was in the zone tonight. I think, that's probably the hottest I've felt, since I've been here. And, it feels good to go out and play hard and on both ends, but especially get going and feel like that on the offensive end.
You talk about a comfort zone. The last 9 games, 20 or more points for the Knicks.
Well, I think, I've been able to just try to utilize all my skills and try to at least get to the hole some and really, my wrist has been feeling better, so I've been shooting the ball a little bit better. So I've been just trying to really just use everything I have.
Still in all this club now, as we said, since the break, 3-0. Do you feel the momentum? You feel things starting to roll now for you?
Well, I've always said, we're capable of getting on a nice winning streak. But I think mentally for us, we have to really keep the same mindset. Keep it on the defensive and rebounding, as our identity, and really just stick together. And I think on the offensive end, we're getting better shots because we're creating for each other.
Tremendous job rebounding tonight. A lot of balance, but I got to ask you, still got one more semi-bump in the road coming up. You got a West Coast trip coming.
Well, we're going to treat this road trip, very seriously, of course. And I think if we stick to what we try to do in Orlando on the road, which is really have a lot of ball movement, get everybody involved, and really remain focused on the defensive end.
Not that there are any bad guys, but one of the good guys. Good to see you tonight, Allan Houston. Congratulations. Continued success.
Thanks a lot.
34 points for Allan Houston tonight. Knick career high as the New York Knickerbockers pound the Cleveland Cavaliers 102-91. Allan Houston is accomplice in crime. Larry Johnson. More on the game with Mike Breen and John Andres.